On this episode of Bro-RantZ, we have a cheat. No, we're not talking about cheat codes or anything like that, but we do have someone that's a habitual cheater. And at first, when Ray brought this to my attention, I thought, why are we going to have someone on the show like that? Because they reached out to Ray and thought, you guys should have me on the show. Because I cheat. And seeing that's not what we're about. We're about the betterment of man, relationships, families. It was kind of not something we wanted to touch, but upon talking about it more, we thought this could be a great learning lesson, a great time for people to understand, men and women who listen to the show, subscribe to the show, to understand why men actually do this in real time. Also to see if there was any resolution for this guy, whether he wanted to continue his road of infidelity or whether he wanted to walk the straight and narrow eventually. So we thought it'd be a great topic, subject, and guest. So without further ado, here's the show.
I'm assuming that this lady that you've been with for 10 years, she knows that you're married?
Yes.
And she's okay with it? Like she doesn't, is she asking you to leave your wife?
At first she was, like, cause I in the beginning, in the very beginning, it was just playing around, like, what's up? Let me holler at you.
Okay.
No, you marry. Let me just, let me get a chance. You know how guys are. When they want something, they're gonna pursue it. So long story short,
yeah,
she finally gave me a chance. And we played around for a while, and then like after, let's say about 4 years, I kind of lied and was like, yeah, I'm about to get a divorce.
Mm.
Right? So, I took it to the whole stint where I went to Staples to get fake divorce papers to show her.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And, she fell for it for a little bit. So she just, after a year go by, oh, when you getting your divorce?
Yeah.
She just ain't signing. She ain't gonna sign. And it was like,
whole
I was
time
doing
you're living with your wife, right?
Yeah.
So she didn't ask to come to your house?
No. I would go stay with her. Like, I won't stay the night. I'll stay till like about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell my wife, yeah, I'm working late, but I'll be with her, and then I'll leave.
My God.
Right?
Yeah.
So then, this was going on for a while. But see, she was honest with me too. She was like, oh, I'm a date. Don't think I'm just going to sit here and wait for you. I'm a date.
Yes.
So
I was going to mention that. And I don't even know this woman, but I know you're not her first choice.
I mean, it was like put it this way. It was like, everybody in her family loved me. Everybody in her family know my situation.
You met the family?
Her family, yeah. Her grandfather, to this day, I'll be like, where's my grandson? Right? So.
Bro, you became an adopted grandson? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
And it's like, this went on for like I said, 10 years. And, she found a boyfriend, right?
Okay.
But she still was messing around with me on the side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, "Oh, you like my kryptonite. I can't shake you. I can't leave you alone."
Right.
I'm like, it wasn't only her. It was me too. I fell in love with her. I was like ready to pick up and leave. I was looking for an apartment and everything.
Why don't you think you left? Yeah, why didn't you leave?
Because I got 3 little kids.
Oh, okay.
But I use that as an excuse.
Right.
But it's like I got a good wife. She does everything a wife's supposed to do.
Right.
You know, she holds me down. She's like my backbone. But as a guy that was always playing around the street, it was like, to this day I look and say, am I supposed to be married? I wanted kids, but I don't knock nobody that have kids everywhere, but I didn't want to have kids here, there. You know, that child support hurts.
So the next question question would probably be, people want to know, have you ever had kids got anyone pregnant that you've been on the side with?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. One of the girls, I was playing around with her. It was a girl that I dated in high school, and we reunited. And meanwhile, I'm still with the other girl that I was in love with.
Okay.
And my wife, right? So I bump into her. Me and her kicked it for a while. She told me she was pregnant. I was like, what? She said, yeah, I'm pregnant. I was like, oh, wow. So I'm like, what do you want to do? She was like, well, I'm going to get rid of it. In my head, I'm like, thank you. But then again, I'm like, I don't believe in abortions or anything like that, but it's the female's body. I'm not going to tell her no if that's what she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I'll take you and I'll take care of it. I'll pay for whatever it is that I got to pay for. And so she got rid of it.
Mm.
So how many girls have you been with other than your wife?
While I was married?
While you were married.
About 7.
7 since you've been married.
7 since I've been married.
Okay.
So let me ask you this, Dr. J. And guys, no, this isn't the Julius Dr. J. This is the other Dr. Dre, the one that be balling in the streets. Not the Hall of Famer, but he got a Hall of Famer for other things. He's still playing though. We've had our specialist on. If you ever heard one of our podcasts, was Pooja. She's our psycho behavioral therapist, and we did a episode on why men cheat, and she had a numerous amount of reasons. It was 8 reasons. One was had to do with just wanting something new.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's one, and then it also had to do with having resentment for your spouse. No, like resenting them. And it could be for a numerous amount of reasons why. Whether they're some cases they're the breadwinner or whatever the case may be. They I would say emasculate a man. So they take away the man from being a man and just almost like run the household.
Yeah.
That men feel like, okay, I don't have control, that I have control of this. I don't have control of my own life, but outside of whatever, I can control this part of my life that their partner has no idea and can't have a say on it. Does any of this resonate with you, or?
Nah, because my wife is the breadwinner.
Right. Okay.
But she never throws that in my face.
Right.
Like I said, she's a good wife.
Gotcha.
She's a great wife.
Right.
Is it more
a great wife?
Is it more or less about the conquest and about the chase and?
It's the chase.
The chase and the feeling of
every man got a dog in him. It takes the
I believe that.
certain lady.
I believe
the
that.
certain lady gonna bring it out of them. You know.
Gonna bring it out.
So
okay. I'm
like,
sorry.
For example, all right, you see a girl that look like Megan Good or whoever you think is the hottest girl that you attracted to,
right?
A movie star, whoever. If you see something like that and they come talk to you, you married, you're not gonna talk to them.
Well, you can talk to them and say, okay. Well, you got to phrase it the way you're phrasing it. You're talking about, like, say you're going to engage in a conversation with them. Is that what you're saying?
That's how it starts off. It starts off in a conversation.
Okay.
Where you have a good conversation, and then you let me rephrase that. Not
yeah.
You got 5% of guys out there that won't do it.
5%?
Just keep it as 5%.
Nah, my guy. 5%?
5%.
I think you have 5% that will. 5% you're saying.
No, I'm saying 5% of the guys that won't pursue it. It'll just stay as conversation.
I think it's gonna be a higher percentage.
That's a low number.
Yeah, dude, that's a very low number. Like, it's got to be higher up. I would say, look, I would go up to 35% maybe.
That won't do it?
5% in that room.
Wait. That won't.
Oh, that won't. Yeah, that won't pursue it.
Okay, are we saying they won't pursue it, or won't talk, or won't cheat?
Yeah. What is your pursue?
Well, to start cheating, you got to have a conversation, right?
Okay, but you're saying if someone comes up to you and talk to you, okay, you got to rephrase. You got to change the scenario. You're saying, okay, if you're saying a guy would approach a woman, that's different from the woman approaching a guy. So
yeah, I'm saying, like, all right. No, I'm just saying, like, if Megan Good comes to you saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" Right? She gives you the conversation.
Okay.
Right. And then if she goes on to, conversation leads into more conversations. You like your conversation. You guys exchange numbers. Right. Now, you may not pursue it right away, but you're gonna have it. Yeah, I got this hot chick. Let me think about it. It's gonna hit your mind. And then if you bump into her again, she gonna ask you what happened.
Yeah, but you got to talk about, like, for instance, I wouldn't. Like, so that's what I'm trying to say. The 35% wouldn't even take it that far. It would be like, hey, cool, and it would just be the compliment of that person stepped to you and came to you and said that. That's it. You'd be like, hey, I'm in a relationship or I'm married, but thank you. It was a great compliment. And you walk, guys. Sometimes that's good enough for a guy to walk away and be like, damn, I still got it. I'm still attractive, and they'd even go back and tell their wives, like, Megan Good just talked to me.
You a good man. You a good man. No, you a great man. I changed that. You a great man.
I'm not great, man. I got my flaws. I'm just saying, but sometimes that's just good for it. Like you get you get your little, that was good. My ego's boost a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was getting rusty, but damn. And you tell your wife, and she's like, and that turns into something fun. Like, oh, really? Huh? She hit on you, huh? And you can make a game out of it. So, go ahead.
So what is, like, your end result? Like, is this gonna be what you could be doing, like, until?
Nah, my end result, and, like, I thought about this ever since you guys came to me and was like, well, do I mind getting on the podcast? I've been thinking about it, and it's like, my end result is, honestly, all this is I could say it's getting old for me.
Okay.
I'm getting older. Females mature quicker than guys.
After a decade, I hope so.
So now everything is getting old, and I'm getting bored.
Okay. So you're not. So you're looking to settle down, is what you're saying. That's what I'm getting from this.
I'm looking to be a great husband.
That's awesome. I really think that's awesome. If that's it, listen.
Why you laugh?
It's been what, 7? You said how long it's been? 7 years, 14 years? How long it's been? I'm glad that you're 15 years. I'm glad that you. I'm glad it almost
Dr.
took.
J, it took you 15 years to want to be a good husband.
Tomorrow, look, tomorrow's the 15th year anniversary.
Remember, I said the girl that I was with for 10 years.
Right.
I was about to leave. Me and her no longer speak or anything, but her family still reaches out to me. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Yeah, my heart was broken, but it's a good thing because it's bringing me closer to my wife.
I don't understand. You mean the fact that her family staying in contact with you is bringing you closer to her?
No. The fact that me and her not talking.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So
okay, so you're not talking to her, but do you have anybody else that you're seeing outside of your wife at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a yes?
I don't even know. That was weird. I don't even know. That was the alter ego.
Yeah,
like,
but,
are they in the car right now with you?
Yeah, but see, with the one that I am, it's like she don't have me like the other girl had me. I can stop talking to her anytime and it don't bother. Like if she called me and tell me I don't want to talk to you no more, I'm cool with it.
Gotcha.
But when the other girl was like, yo, I don't want to talk to you no more, I was mad at the world.
Gotcha.
Is that because it's been 10 years, or is that because
no? I like honestly, I try to ask everybody, yo, I don't know what it is that I fell hard for this girl.
Was it okay? But she had to make you feel some way. What did she do that your wife didn't do? That's what I'm saying. There's a missing factor. There's a missing component that she brought something out of you. She made you feel a certain way that your wife doesn't make you feel.
I think it was
vice versa, because the wife has a hold on him as well.
That's true.
Yeah,
but the wife has stability, and it's like safe. That's what I got. Like my wife is safe and she's good quality. Like he's like, okay, what I'm hearing is like, yeah, this woman's good. She's family oriented, but there's a risk factor. This woman that the reason you didn't leave because she don't have something your wife has.
The one that I was with, the one that I was cheating on my wife with, right? She's more street. She's street, and I don't see myself like
street.
Nah,
going back there. Yeah,
stable,
yeah.
You
don't see yourself getting cursed out when you go out at night.
So
right, and then on top of that,
right.
I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to trust you.
So,
but my heart was all into her.
Gotcha.
Would you say like?
Hold on.
Would you say like?
You can't trust her, but you want these women to trust you?
I'm sure it was the same thing for her too.
I mean, yeah, but it worked both ways.
Right.
But like, it's just I wouldn't be able to trust. Like if I'm leaving something good, right? Somebody that always got my back. Never. I'm not gonna say she never like dogged me. She was always loyal to me. To go to somebody that I see that got a boyfriend and still sleeping with me.
Right.
I can't see myself like leaving for anything like that.
So you just said your wife is loyal and treats you amazing. Do you feel any regret for what you are doing to her?
I do. But when I'm doing it, I can't. When you're doing stuff like that, you can't have no conscience or anything. That's just like, how can I say it? You just can't have a conscience. But after seeing it and soaking it up and looking, I'm like, yo, I really am hurting this lady.
Right.
Yes.
I'm hurting her. So that right there, it made me think, because I finally got a conscience. Before I had no conscience. I'll go sleep around, come back, take a shower, get in bed, lay next to her. No conscience.
Wow.
But it's like after a while, I was like, damn, she's everything a man will want, and I'm dogging her out like that.
Gotcha. I was going to say you said that your wife is you had to leave something good, and I think if you really sit there, you were like, oh, I'm not about to leave something good for something else, but if you really sit there and measure it, it's something great, because what you have is something great, and that's what you probably haven't measured, because you probably looked at it and you probably underestimated how great it is until you start comparing it to these little things that give you gratification in a moment, and then you're like, gosh, because you're like, oh man, this woman makes me feel like this, and and whatever's happening at home probably gave you headaches or whatever the case may be. And then you're like, damn, probably like, damn, this thing is, I'm not ready for that headache. I'm not ready for this thing me, right here.
Another thing is like, I don't like clinginess. Right? Like,
yeah.
And I mean, I told her a few times, look, I got married, I didn't get arrested. Because there's times where, like, okay, I would want to go out with my boys.
Right.
She'll get upset. Right? But though, when I say I'm going to go out with her brother, it's cool in the gang. You know?
You mean your wife or your friend? Or your...
No, my wife.
Okay, but you so I want to ask you, what are your friends, what are the people you surround yourself with? Are they in relationships or they're single?
Married. My friend is married.
Are they cheaters too?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. And your wife knows, right? Do you sell him out when you come back to your wife?
No.
Not at all. You don't be like, oh, the thing was at it again. You don't.
There's only one person that I can't ever invite to my house, and he worked with me, right? 'Cause I'm gonna tell you a story.
Wait,
it was a chick, right?
Wait, he works than you?
It was the same chick that I was with for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
I was in the car with her. I picked her up from her grandfather's house. I get a phone call, right, from another girl saying, "Hey, babe," right? So it was on, she grabbed my phone because she was looking at my phone. She answered it, and the girl said, "Hey, babe." She was like, "Oh, this ain't no babe." So she hung the phone up. Me and the girl driving. We get to the job. She took a knife, carved my car up.
Oh my
She wrote
gosh.
whore. She wrote whore on my car, right? So I'm like, shit, how the hell I'm gonna explain this to my wife?
Right.
So I get home. I'm like, yo, I don't believe Keith, right? I said, I lent Keith the car to go, to go get his stuff from his girl's house. And she scratched it all up. She wrote whore and everything on the car.
Wow.
And your wife believed you?
I mean,
nah.
I'm gonna say yeah, but then
she made it work.
No, nobody really believed that story. She believed it because it was her husband.
Yeah.
But, women know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was gonna say, yeah. Do you think she knows? Do you think she knows? Do you think she has?
Yeah, she got a hunch. She got a hunch.
So, other than that, have you ever been caught by your wife?
One time when, and I admitted to it. It was we had a bad Hurricane Sandy, right? And we had we was living with her parents. So I was talking to this girl from Delaware, and I was seeing on the news that Delaware got hit real bad. So I text her, yo, hope you and your family okay. So that morning, me and her dad had to drive to get gas because it was like everything was flooded, everything was out. So we had to go get gas to, bring it back to the other car. So I left my phone. My phone was in the house, and it kept ringing. And my son, he was what, 3 at the time. He picked it up and gave it to my wife, and the girl told everything. But see, what helped me with that was she lied and said that she was pregnant with twins, and she never was.
Wow.
This man would help me with that.
How did that?
No.
Because her story wasn't always true.
She tried to show up documents. My wife was like, "Let me see documents."
Oh my gosh.
She couldn't show documents like
right.
Let me see an ultrasound. She couldn't show no ultrasound. But I told my wife, yeah, I messed up. I went to the homecoming. I got drunk and high, and I bumped into an old girl, and it happened one time. She was like, leave, get out. I want a divorce and all this and all that. So I went to my mom's house I was there for about a week until we sat down and we talked. And I told her I'll get counseling. Whatever I have to do to save my marriage and my wife, I'll do it.
The good old counseling. I'm gonna get counseling.
Hey,
you heard that before?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did that go? Did you ever go to counseling, or you didn't? It was just never happened.
You never. You went one time.
Said hell no. Nah, it didn't even happen.
I ain't going to no counseling.
That was crazy. It just swept underneath the rug.
That for him.
But see, this is the thing though, right? Her father cheated on her mom, right? Her father has a kid out of wedlock, right? On her mom.
Got you.
So, and her mom's still with her dad and holding him down. So I guess she living by that law, that creed where, all right, my mom could take my dad back, and he got a child on my mom, and he just and my husband just slept around one time,
Right.
But I don't know because I'm not in her brain.
Right.
What about your dad?
I think my dad did. With me, I was always out. I was at school, college, and everything. So whatever happened, it was while I wasn't there. But from how my mom and my dad is now, hearing them, he did, and I guess I ain't gonna say it runs in the family, but because we all, we got our own choice.
You trying to say you got that jump shot from your dad?
Yeah, but see, this is the thing.
Yeah,
this is the thing, right? And once again, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going off what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
My mom did it too.
Oh wow.
My mom cheated on him too.
Oh man. So this had an effect on you, obviously.
At that point, it was like, let me break the cycle. That didn't cross your mind?
I'm gonna do it with my daughter.
Oh my god. That is too far. I was gonna say, so it had an effect on you then. So you don't think you don't think the reason you do what you do and the reason your wife does what she does is because of your upbringing, of what you guys saw that you thought was that you thought maybe it's wrong, but it's acceptable because I'm seeing it. It kind of played a role in how you live.
I mean, with me,
no,
because I started doing what I'm doing because like when I was young, I had a complex. Like I was shy because I'm dark skinned, and I had I'm like a lot of girls ain't gonna like me because I'm dark skinned and I wear glasses, right?
Yeah.
So one it was one day I was in high school and I got recruited by Miami, and this was when Luke was like everything to Miami Hurricanes. So he seen me looking, and he was like, "Why don't you go talk?" I was like, "No, I'm shy. I don't like how I look." And he told something to me that stick with me, that led me in the wrong direction. He was like, "That girl is not the first girl that's gonna say no, and there's more than one girl out there that'll say yeah." Basically, like in New York, right? There's 3 bus stops on every corner, right? So if you miss one bus, you got a chance to get on that next bus at the next stop.
Right.
So that right there was like, oh, you know what? So I'm gonna go for mine. Because a lot of kids these days are scared. Like you got big chubby kids. Oh, I'm scared to talk to her because of my weight. So
can I
once
say
that,
something?
Go ahead.
That is not an excuse to be a shitty person.
Well, see, this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm not a shitty person. I'm not a
Nah, he's a numbers guy.
Reality, I'm not a shitty person.
No, he's not. He's a numbers guy, and he catches buses.
I'm a cheater.
Yeah,
I'm a cheater.
Yeah.
But all right. For example, if I come to you, right, and I'm attracted to you, and I'm talking to you, and I give you the chance, like, hey, look, I'm married, but I still like you and want to talk to you. I'm giving you the option to say no. Towards you got other guys out there that's married won't even tell you they're married. That's an asshole.
However, you wouldn't get past that conversation with me.
Yeah.
It would end right there.
Yeah, but see, you got other females that will be like, okay, I want to play. I'll have fun for a little bit.
I think because you know what I think, that they say yes, they want to play because you're safe.
Right.
Because you're safe. You're like, you can't.
It
can't go beyond
headaches.
that. Nope, no headaches. They can do their thing.
I can't argue if you go. Oh, I'm going out with this dude.
Exactly.
I can't argue with you.
Right.
But also though, I mean, all the girls that you've been with, they have to have something in common, some kind of something in common, and it could be also low self-esteem. It can also be attention. People don't give them attention, or something where they all have this common thread, because it's hard. I mean, even though you're saying you're married and they have the option of saying no, a rational person would probably say that isn't the person I want to be with because he's married.
Right. I think they all have. You know what they have in common? He told you. They said yes. They said yes, and he jumped on the bus. No.
Wait. I can say there's one girl I never cheated on.
Okay. Tell us about that one.
Tell us about that one. Yeah.
You were probably a child.
Probably a child.
This was a time where the World Trade Center went down, because I used to work in the World Trade Center. It went down.
Right.
And one of my friends that I went to school with, he lived in Florida. He was like, yo, won't you come down for your birthday? I came down for my birthday. I met her. I came back home. We was talking and everything. And then she was like, oh, won't you move down here with me?
This girl you met?
Like,
yeah, you thought about it?
Yeah, the girl that I met.
Okay.
When I came down to Florida.
All right.
Okay.
So I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'll do it. So I went down there, right? And, before that, I was trying to look, it's going to be hard because I'm coming down there and I don't have a job. Can you deal with that?
Right.
Yeah, I'll deal with it. So, long story short, I go down there and, like, I was faithful. Maybe because I didn't know nobody,
right,
or really couldn't get around. But once I got a job, I could have got around, right?
Yeah.
But I still didn't do it.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Damn, the devil's getting him right now. Jesus, let him loose.
Yeah, but
if you really think about it,
I just think that at that time, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be straight. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to play around or anything like that. I'm gonna see what this like.
Well, how was that moment? How was that?
Time I was,
Like, how was that for you? Like, okay, you said you didn't have a conscience, but there had to be something that you had a conscience for. That, how did you feel like being in that time? I don't know, how long was the relationship?
How long did me and her last? We lasted for about a year.
Okay, and how did you feel in that year? Like, not having any extracurricular activities outside of it. How did you feel? Did you feel like
I didn't
good?
Have to hide nothing.
So you felt good.
Nothing.
Did you feel like no burden, no stories keeping straight?
No burden, or no like, oh my God, I'm gonna get caught looking around. Like when I'm out looking around to see who's seeing me, I didn't have to worry about that.
Wow.
So why did it end?
Why did it end? Okay, because
You cheated.
She cheated?
No, I didn't cheat.
Did she cheat?
I didn't cheat.
Did she cheat?
Nah.
Okay.
We got into an argument where she was more of the type where, all right, I'm the breadwinner.
Oh.
You do this, you do that. You do this, you do that.
So
at that time, that's how she was.
Gotcha.
You do this, you do that. Get out.
Gotcha.
Get out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? Let me take my ass back home. I have a roof over my head at home. I don't know when she gonna be like, yo, get out. Or I don't have nobody at home telling me get out. Right?
Gotcha.
So I think that's what really turned me into who I am. Because it was crazy because the night before,
right,
I called my boy. I was like, yo, do me a favor. Please get me a one-way ticket back home. I'll pay you double as soon as I get home.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, no, you know what? That's your birthday present. I'll put you on the next flight if that's what you really want. I said, yes, please. So after that, I came home.
Do you think you'll ever come clean to your wife about what you've been doing?
Hell no. I'm taking what I've done.
Yeah.
Taking that to the grave with me. You watch Power? You see how Angela put that phone in her casket? Taking everything to the grave with me. Because it'll kill her,
I
dog.
do have a question.
Go ahead.
How would you feel if you found out your wife had a side piece for 10 years?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
It'll hurt. It'll hurt. It'll hurt.
Would you leave her?
No.
Would you think it was fair?
I'll talk it.
Would you think it was fair?
I'll talk it. Yo, I'm leaving. You know what? I'm leaving.
Would you think it was fair?
Will it be fair?
No. Would you think it was fair?
No guy's going to think it's fair, but in reality, it would be.
No. I know. I'm just asking if you would think that. I know you're not going to say that to her because you're going to play it up and use that for your advantage, obviously.
I mean, no, it'll kill me.
Yeah.
It'll kill me. But I tell everybody else, I don't know what she's doing.
Right.
You know, women cheat better than guys.
Oh yeah, they have more opportunity.
We're the type. We'll have sex with somebody, go home and get in the shower, and let's say if she said we'll be in a hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll take a shower, smell like fresh soap when we say we're coming from work. You know?
Yeah.
So if your wife be like, "Oh, let me smell you," how the hell you smell like soap and you was at work?
Yeah.
But women better treated than guys.
A woman should never do that. If it comes to the point where I got to ask my man to smell him, you don't need to be my man.
That's true.
You
right?
don't need
But
to be
once
my
again,
man.
you got females that do it. Just like you got guys that be like, "Yo, take your panties off right now. Let me smell. Let me see if you was doing something."
Yeah, those relationships that are already toxic, though, they already toxic.
Yeah, they're toxic from the go.
Yeah,
absolutely. I was going to ask you, what would you do if your kids ever found out, and what would you tell them? If they told you how it affected them?
Wrong.
That Daddy was wrong.
Daddy was 100% wrong.
Because I know
Daddy should have never did what he did. He's wrong. That's not a way you treat a female. And for my daughter, I'll tell her you don't just sit there. Once a guy cheat on you once, that's it. You give him the green card. If he cheat on you one time and you take him back, you give him the green light to continue.
That's crazy. You know why? Because that segues into my other question. So, it says once a cheater, always a cheater. What do you feel about that?
It's true in some parts.
Which parts?
All right. All right. If you steal something and don't get caught, right? And you constantly doing it and don't get caught, are you gonna stop? Or not even say steal. If
I did.
If you do something negative that you shouldn't do,
right,
and you don't get caught and you continually doing it, would you stop?
I think it's a case by case.
Depending on the person,
depending
on the situation,
it's a case by case situation.
Right. Like let's say if you did something, like you saying you're stealing, right? So let's say you stole something. Well, it depends what I'm stealing. If I'm stealing to eat,
all right,
or if I'm stealing because I see something.
All right. I have some dope dealer friends, right?
Okay.
They did 15 years. And they still doing the same dumb shit. I get caught and like let's say if she tells me tonight, look, I can't do this no more. I know you out there and everything like that.
Right.
That's when I'm really gonna go and be like, come on, let's go get counseling. And that's when it died down now, but that's when it would completely stop.
I think I don't know. You know what happens if that happens, Dr. J? I think it ends. Because I don't think there's I don't think if she knew on the level that you're saying, like, oh, this is happening, because I think it's out the window. I think there's no recovering from that. Like the one incident, you were like, yo, I was drunk, But if she found like there was a blown out affair happening for 10 years, I think the relationship's completely over. There's no counseling saving that. And I say that because she can't look at you the same way, and you can't look at her the same way.
I still think to this day she don't look at me the same.
Right.
She always got a conscience in the back of her head. Oh, this nigga doing something.
Right. No. True. Yeah. I think that's broken. So let's say you were like, you're tired and everything, and tomorrow's your anniversary. So is there anything different you're going to do to make sure you wipe this slate clean, like to be like completely done? Are you going to be like, you know what, hon? I think we should we should go to counseling just to better our relationship. I mean, is there sparks still in the relationship, or you just see each other like roommates? What are you going to do to incentive?
We still get it in. I mean,
well, getting it in is like, yo, that's like a chore for most couples, man. I mean, it's got to be more others. I'm talking about on an emotional level and whatnot, not just the physical.
No, this is with me with my wife. I still treat her like a queen.
Okay.
Do you know her love language?
That's the only scumbag is, huh?
Do you know her love language?
Her love lane?
Her love language. Do you know what her love language is? Like, is she?
So you asking, do I know my wife?
Yeah.
Her love language.
Like the communication, affection, like affirmations.
I really never was an affection guy.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's like, yeah, I'll hold you, and then I'll turn around and get comfortable.
This dude said, "Yeah, fuck, I'll hold you." And shit, we're gonna do this for 5 minutes. This shit is hot.
If you wasn't, if you're not an affectionate and comfortable guy,
yeah,
like if you don't, I'm not the
bro. The way you said that, do I know her language? You like, yo. The way you answered Ray, you were like, yeah, do I know her language? Fuck yeah, I know her language. So, shit, I don't speak affection, but fuck, I'll hold you though if I got to. Shit. And look, she's hot body too, huh? Huh?
Yeah, I know what to do when like an incident today happened where we argued, but I know what to do to bring it back.
Okay.
I know what I have to do to bring it back.
So the reason you want to keep your wife, settle down, essentially, again, is because there's nothing out there that you found in your 10-year endeavors that compares, right? So there's no way you're like, I mean, could you see yourself single and just ruling, having your plethora of whatever fresh meat out there? No. Why not?
Nope.
And I'm not saying for anyone. I'm saying, can you see yourself single just for the betterment of you and your wife or whatever, just for your psyche?
No, I mean, like I said, I'm realizing that everything I've done,
right,
it was stupid and just out of like, okay, it's there, but I had that same thing home.
Gotcha. How are you gonna resist the chase, the notch on the belt, the new punani?
The punani.
I mean, it's hard, but I just gotta be stronger. Cause for example, I had a female at the job. She told me I was gay because I didn't continue with it. Like I flirted around,
Right.
chat here and there, but like I never pursued it. I never was like, you know what, come on, let's go do this, and did it.
So you didn't want to. You didn't want to say, you know what? Let me show you who gay. You didn't want to do that.
Nah. So she called me gay because I never hit it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
She was like, yo, you gay.
Yeah, that was just her calling your bluff. That was her trying to entice you to do it, trick you.
Right.
Yeah. The reverse psychology.
Yeah.
So what are the plans tomorrow for your anniversary?
He can't really say because he can't put too much details. Because they can be like, "Oh, what'd you do that day? Oh, shoot, I was listening to this podcast."
Well, tomorrow I got reservations for us to go out to eat.
Okay.
And we're gonna have the night out. Go to New York.
Is it her restaurant she want to go to her food that she likes?
Yeah, it's the type of food that she likes. She want me to cook, but I want to go out. I'll make breakfast, and then
I thought this man
I'll
changed.
take her out.
I thought this man changed. This man said she want me to cook, but
she said she wants you to cook, but you said no.
Nah,
Well, fuck it, I'm gonna take her out.
Exactly. Fuck that shit.
Because it's like we really don't go out.
I see what you're saying. They got you.
So let's get out the house.
Nice. Yeah.
But
let's do something.
But it's her birthday. I mean, her
anniversary. Do you think you think she wants you to cook because she doesn't want to she don't want you to make a big deal about it?
Nah.
Or she likes your cooking?
She like my cooking.
Oh man. Dr. J, you better cook. Them reservations don't cost nothing but a phone call.
You can always
right, but if you got the babysitter, might as well use advantage of it.
Oh, you got the babysitter, and that's where you book a hotel?
Yeah.
And you make it last forever.
Hey, another question for you, real quick though. Have you ever ran into one of your side chicks with your wife, and they had to like play it off?
Luckily, no, I haven't.
Okay.
Luckily, I haven't. But like I always tell them, I'm married, so if anything, I'm always gonna say hi, but I'm not gonna be like if I'm by myself, I'm kissing whatever. But if I'm with her, if I'm with her, I'm gonna say hi, and yeah, she's gonna ask who's that. Oh, that's some girl at work at the job with me.
Gotcha.
Can I ask where do you work?
I work at FedEx.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So, you're there all day long.
Okay.
Right? So if you're there all day long, you at FedEx more than home, really.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of relationships I've seen, like married men at that job leave their wife for a chick that they working with because they're there
all the time,
all day with them.
Yeah, I can see that.
If you're working 14 hours
on the other side, and it never is.
There you go.
No, it's not. It's not. But if you're there 14 hours out of the day,
then
you
you should
home,
miss your wife and want to go home to your wife.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow, 14 hours out of the day, so you guys don't even see each other.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm understanding a lot now. This makes sense. So you got.
If I'm with you, if I'm with you and constantly seeing you,
right,
every day,
right,
it's bound to go down.
Well, yeah, you guys are building a rapport, and you have a relationship, and you probably know that person more than you know your significant other. Because you guys have a connection, and yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's also because you don't live with that person, so you don't see all their flaws. When you live with your wife, you start seeing flaws, and sometimes you might nip. But when you love someone, their flaws mean nothing because that's an enhancement.
Right.
You don't see their flaws. Like even if you see their flaws, it's not like an issue because you're so in love with that person, it doesn't even matter no more because it's not even really about the looks or the bad breath in the morning, or they might have a t-shirt on with holes in it and you like, that's not sexy, but it's still sexy because that's the person that you really love.
Not only that, I mean, shoot, there's just people that you can go in the trenches with, and a lot of these people that you see and you can't. There are a lot of people that you have these moments and at work with, and it's cool in La La Land because everything, like Ray's saying, is happy. It's happy. You guys aren't in any tough times and situations. No it's issues. Like, but you can't see yourself going in the trenches with them. It's like I can't see myself fight. Struggling or having someone have my back like your wife. Like these people are just, you're like, oh yeah, you're cool when it's good, but I can't picture you doing what she does. I can't picture you fighting for me. I can't picture, having my back, whether it be in-laws, whether against her, whether it be, her standing up for you with her siblings or friends or parents or whatever the case may be. So I think that speaks volumes. I mean, that's why I think a lot of things don't move forward. Like I said, you have a great thing at home, and that's what it is. Not good. It's great because, especially these days with the modern woman and the modern man. Let's be real, but the modern woman movement, man, it's like, hey, women are becoming more like men. They're not. What'd you say? Yeah, facts, right? Yeah, they're not emotionally attached to any of this anymore. They're basically living how men lived and almost, and they're building the notches on their belts. You know what I mean? Like they're sleeping like they're like get a body bag.
I ain't met one yet.
Oh, you haven't met? You've met them. You just don't know. You've met them. They're all at the gym, bro. What are you talking about? No, I'm saying the women that over sexualize and you've met them. You just don't know you've met them because you've not tried to date them.
That's probably so.
That's what it is because they're all over.
So those type of women don't necessarily have to be over sexualized, because I also have a roster, but I am single, so I have no issues. I'm not coming home to anybody. I'm not cheating on anybody.
There you go.
I'm literally doing the same thing Dr. J is doing.
Yeah.
But I'm not cheating on anyone.
Wait.
When you say you have a roster,
you have a roster, right?
I have a roster.
All right. So,
I have a roster.
oh, you had or have?
No, I currently have a roster.
Okay.
Hey, what's your roster looking like? We got
somebody?
5 or 7.
I want to know if she has. I was going to say, does she have
cheating.
How many?
No, it's not. Because just like you, I am letting these men know.
Oh, that you're seeing other people?
I am letting these men know you are not the only one. You are not the only one in my life. You're either on board or you're not. And you have the choice to walk away. You said that yourself. You're giving these women the opportunity to walk away. However, I am not going home to anybody. That's where you and I differ. I don't have a husband at home. I am single.
I was going to say, Letty, since you said you had a roster, I was just going to ask, is it like Ice Cube 3-man league roster? Or are we talking about NBA? We got 15-man on the bench, 10, starting lineup?
No.
I'm just trying to say.
It's crazy because some days my roster's 5 and some days my roster's 0.
Oh, okay. It's a revolving roster. Okay.
It's like the stock market.
Yeah, fluctuate.
Let me make it clear. Hold on. I do want to make it clear. Not everybody on the roster is getting ass.
Okay.
So
all
let
right.
me just put that out there.
Hey, we weren't concerned.
I was even trying to. I was like, she's a lady.
I'm sure everybody on Dr. J's roster is getting some, but not on my roster.
Dr. J has to play full contact. He has to. It's in the clause. He has to. You want to play on my? It's in the contract. Yo, you playing? You balling? You got to be full contact.
So how do they feel when you tell them you got other people?
Some of them are like, all right, I don't want to sign up for this, and a majority of them are like, all right, cool. Either you're with it or you're not.
All right, so let me ask you this question, right? So let's say you get where, okay, I want to give this person a real chance, right? And he tells you, okay, you can give me a chance, but I'm not going to stop doing dating other people neither. How would you feel?
I'm sorry, say that again. He has other people on his roster as well?
Yeah. And you like him. And you say, you know what? Let's say you stepped up to the plate and be like, all right, I want this to grow. And he tells
Okay.
you, I'm not going to stop with my friends.
Mm.
What do
And the
you tell him?
conversation would end there because I'm not signing up for that.
Okay. But it's okay right now. You single, he's single. He can have as many partners he wants.
Well, I'm not going to ask him how many partners he has because that's none of my business.
Is it because you don't want him to ask how many you have,
many,
or does? I mean, I'm just curious though.
He could ask.
He could.
Again, I never.
Doesn't mean she got to answer. She said he could ask. Like I can ask for $100 for you to loan me. Doesn't mean I'm gonna give you.
But you
I
ain't
got
gonna
you.
get it. But I just generally wouldn't ask somebody that. That's just I'm
No,
not.
no.
That
I'm
type
saying
of person that's on my plate.
if it's a conversation y'all having, right, and
Yes.
y'all talking and everything, and he be like, "Can I ask you a question? How many guys you been with at one time, like in a relationship?
Oh,
Not
I was gonna
relationship,
say,
but
please
dating.
God, yes, please finish that phrase.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
dating. How many?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind him asking. So there's a situation that I had very similar to that. I met this man. I told him I was I had recently divorced. I wasn't looking for anything serious. I was casually dating, and if he wanted to continue to hang out and be friends, I would be more than willing to do that with him. But he needed to know that he wasn't the only one. Fast forward, we messed around for years. Okay, I knew he had other people. I never asked, but I knew. And he got to the point where it was like, you know what? I want us to settle down now. I didn't sign up for this. You knew what I was offering, 4 years prior to this, and we just ended it there. Again, you know what you're signing up for.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, like, so, Letty, you're a woman. Obviously, you've been in these relationships. Have you ever encountered someone like Dr. J here?
Like Dr. J? Oh, absolutely.
I mean, dated
My
someone.
husband was Dr. J.
Oh, really? Was he now?
But I will.
Was he?
Oh man.
Oh
No,
man.
absolutely was.
Tell us about that. No, I mean, if you don't mind, just give us a summary of how that relationship was.
I choked. Hold on, I choked. Oh man.
Well, how long was that
I was
relationship?
married for 20 years.
20 years. Okay.
20 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And three kids.
Mm.
3 kids.
It sounds
Outside
eerie
of our
familiar. It's very eerie
3 kids
similar.
outside of your marriage.
Whoa, what'd you say?
3 kids outside of our marriage.
Holy
3 kids outside of marriage. So
Yes.
you gave him 3 opportunities.
Mm.
I didn't know right after the children. I knew like years later when the kids were in their one of them was a teenager.
Mm.
So he hid his lifestyle very well. But
Wow.
I will say this:
Wow.
you said that you spend 14 hours a day with your coworkers, and you see them more than you see. Okay, so my ex-husband was in the military.
Yeah.
And he would always say, I see these women and I'm spending more time with these women than I am with you because we're out to sea on this ship for days, for months, right?
Oh, okay.
That is no excuse to be a shitty person because just like you are away from me, I am away from you. And I have my friends and I have my coworkers as well that I'm spending my time with. Obviously, I'm not seeing you because you're out in, on this ship in the ocean. And I'm not doing this to you. So that's no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't for the first 10 years. I did not cheat. And let me tell you, when I cheated, I hurt him 10 more times
Oh,
than
yeah.
he hurt me.
Absolutely.
This man wanted to die.
I wonder why. Yeah, it's like what? Because he never thought it would happen. He never thought it would happen. Is what it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why.
But I always told him, if you don't want me to do what you're doing, stop, because I could play this game better than you.
Right.
Better than you. And I did. And I hurt him a lot more than he hurt me.
And did you know this stuff was happening? Did you have an instinct or, intuition that it was happening?
Yeah. So I found out when we hit our 7-year mark that he was cheating. Prior to that, he was the perfect husband. At least I thought.
Right.
But I always questioned where he was at, what he was doing, who he was talking to. Let me see your phone, which is why I say, if I have to ask you any of those questions in a relationship, then we don't need to be in a relationship, because I don't ever want to put myself in that situation again where I'm always wondering and there's no trust.
The gatekeeper.
I wouldn't even want to do that to myself.
Because that's hell. That's hell.
Yeah.
Just imagine that. I mean, it's.
But you can never go back. You can't say that.
That's
so
what I'm
if your
saying.
wife is if that's her mindset right now, what are you doing? Who are you talking to?
Right.
She's gonna always have that.
Exactly.
There's no coming back from that.
That's what I was trying to say with him. I was like, yeah, it's like if it ever gets to that point, he was like, yeah, we'll go, go see counseling and whatever. I was like, it'll never be the same. It's over, because you'll be living to prove, even if you're not doing anything, you'll be living to you'll be overworking just to prove you're not doing anything.
Yeah, walking on eggshells.
Yeah, and then she will. And then here's the thing.
And like he said, even if you're not doing it,
exactly.
In her mind, you're
always doing it,
and that sucks.
Yeah, and then, and then here's the thing. One or two things can happen. You guys can either overcompensate, like she can try to not ask what you're doing, and then you'll know that she's wondering, so you'll try to overcompensate and say, try to like answer what she's thinking, with the question she's thinking, or you can lose your power and you can become someone that is simply that she controls now. You know what I mean? Like she can always throw it in your face and you'd be like, oh, you did this, you did that. And it goes a power trip now. Now she has this power and now you're down here, even if you're trying to change.
Right.
So so that's why I've said, brother, that's why I'm saying, Dr. J, if you hanging up that jersey, hang it up, because if you can go to your grave with this, and the seven dwarves that the 7 dwarves can go to, and it just be in his casket, and Snow White, your wife wakes up Snow White and everything's good, and you guys can just boom. Hey, by all means do it, bro, because it ain't worth.
Unfortunately, though,
it ain't worth it.
Usually, when you stop doing the bad stuff, is when it all comes out. Though that's the bad thing about it. For some reason, your skeletons come out when you stop. Like you think it's over,
right?
But it's not over.
This man, Dr. J, is like, forget you, Ray. What the hell this man just said? He's like, yo, Dr. J, hey, I'm praying. Look, if this is your ultimate change, man, I'm praying for you that, hey, bygones be bygones and the dead bury the dead. And hey, like I said, you take this to your grave.
So Dr. J, how are you going to be able to stop it though? Like, because it's obvious it's obvious that the girls you're with probably were like doing things as well that your wife probably wasn't doing too, because that's also important. Sometimes when you have them girls on the side, they going like a little bit above and beyond to like keep that it's more than what the wife be, go to work, come home tired, sleeping, I don't want it. But them girls on the side though, so it's a little bit like you said, Megan, what you said, Megan Good is more like the Megan Stallion, it's a little different. It's some horse up in there. It's going on. So how you gonna be able to stop that though?
It's gonna be hard, but I mean, I just gotta. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
I guess you can start
going.
Going
right one. You're gonna meet the right one to put you in your place, and you're not gonna want to cheat. I honestly feel like there is that person for everybody. Because I haven't came across that man who is like, oh shit, I don't even want a roster anymore, but I know he's out there. I just haven't met him. And it sounds like his wife ain't it. I'm sorry.
He could be one of the guys that tell you let's take this to a next level, and you tell him you ain't signed up for that.
No, I feel like if I'm hanging out with somebody and I'm starting to like him, and he, approached me with like, hey, let's move it to the next level. Yeah, if I'm in, I'm in, and everybody on the roster, goes away. But again, I haven't met that person yet.
Okay, he's out there.
Well, I mean, there's another thing too. There. I mean, we've talked about this before, and I think there's just, and we should blame it on the media, blame it on Disney, blame it on these romantic comedies. If you go looking for this love that you see in TV, we'll never find it. In the movies, you'll never find it. It doesn't exist. I mean, we all have that endorphins that we get when we're in a relationship first. And they say, it's a thin line between love and hate, and lust too. Lust and love, it could be intertwined because we're feeling great. We're feeling this. And when shit hits the fan, like I said, it's not until you realize, shit, like you're with someone all the time, and then you're like, oh man, like things wear off. You're like, because you're with each other. And here's the thing. I say the best thing you should ever do, and this is the best way to do it, it's not the person that gives you butterflies. It's the person you can't live without. It's the best friend. You want to marry your best friend. People say opposites attract. Opposites attract for the moment, but it don't last. Dude, that's the reason the opposites. You want to, like, here's the thing. How many best friends you guys all have that has lasted through the years? You guys all have best friends, right? That you've known for 20, 15, right? For life.
Yeah.
And you drive each other crazy. And at the end of the day, you come back. Even though you're mad at each other, you come back better than family. And that's who you want to be with. That's who you want to marry, your best friend. You don't want to marry, like I said, you can fall in love with someone and their features and whatever, and then you realize, damn, I like hanging, like we watch the same movies. We sit and chat about this, and that's what you want. You don't want someone that, oh yeah, she's hot. That shit's going to wear off because she's going to be annoying. Or he's going to be annoying. You'll be like, yeah, he looks great. He's sexy. And he does this, girlfriend. Oh, girl, he does this. Yeah, that trick going to be, look, that trick that he does with his tongue is going to be old. It's going to get old because you're going to be like, he don't got a brain. He can't convert. He can't carry a conversation. So that's why I say the movie's got us thinking fairy tale and hot. No, it's who you click with. It's who you mesh with. And like I said, I say marry your best friend because that's someone you will ride or die with that, hey, me and my wife, we go to the movies. We'll sit there and we'll go to the matinees. I mean, our house is becoming empty nest with our daughters getting older, but it's like I can't see myself spending any more time with anyone else. Like I think I'm like, oh, shoot, let's go do this. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing, what we're doing. I mean, we could be doing some boring stuff, but it just feels good. Just who's the first person you want to call? Like if you want to call and say, well, it's cool to hang out with your friends and whatever. But if you like, damn, I hang out with my number one all the time, and that's it. It is nothing like it because you're like, damn, I don't ever have to like convince her to come do something, or she got to convince me. Yeah, we got our moments here and there, but you know what I mean. So that's just my advice on love.
That's so sweet.
This dude is so hilarious.
Where's Kate at? That was so sweet. Listen, I felt that, man.
I agree with everything he just said, though.
I do. I mean, I held back my tears there.
Almost asked him to be my counselor.
I got a good counselor for you, man. We got a great counselor. We got Pooja. Yeah. And she's in New York. Well, she's in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, he's in Jersey.
Oh, she's in Jersey. She just moved. She's awesome.
But her office she's amazing.
Listen, we had a little rift between us as boys working together and make it's crazy because you don't even realize that when you start doing something like outside of business, even with family, you're like, oh, things are cool. Let's do this together. And then you're like, oh, shoot, things change when you have to work amongst each other outside of fun. So we had our little stuff, our little things behind it, and she literally counseled us right when we were doing the podcast live with her, and we were talking about communication, and then all of a sudden she was like when I tell you she broke it down, I was like, damn, we felt like some badass kids that your mom sat you down and was like, hey, you say this to this person, you're not listening to him. I was like, damn, this woman is like, I was like, how'd she know? She was like, and you're not being heard. I was like, damn right. Dude, I turned into the only sissy. I was like, damn right. I'm not being heard. They hurt my feelings. But she really broke it down, and I was very impressed. I mean, we were impressed before, but we'd never seen it live in action. We were like, damn.
Yeah, because she always comes with the research, and like she goes behind the scenes and does it. But to do it on point, right in person, it was like she's able to see everything right there and diagnosis.
And she deals with the black and brown community a lot. That seems to be who comes to her. She's actually Middle Eastern.
I think she's Indian, like India.
Yeah. So she deals with us. I guess we feel comfortable going there.
Yeah. She's originally from the West Coast, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's really from where you at, girl? Where you at? Well, she's from where you at.
Yeah, I think she was from where. Yeah.
She's the modern.
What you getting ready to say?
I'm like, she's a modern Pocahontas. She's a modern Indian. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
No, she listened to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? She's like hip hop.
No wonder she ain't come back on the show.
Nah. She love us, man. She love us.
No wonder she ain't come back on the show. You call it the Pocahontas, man.
Nah, no, but is there any advice you want to give before we let you guys go?
Wait, you want Dr. J to give some advice?
I want him to give advice. I want him to give advice to men and women. Any advice you want to give to anybody that in a relationship that is thinking about doing what you've done for the past 10-something years?
Oh, before you give the advice, let me ask one weird question.
Sure.
What could your wife do different for you to make you feel different?
I'm gonna answer that after he answers it. Go ahead.
Honestly, man,
I know she's not here to answer for herself, and I know that this is kind of an unfair question, but I'm just trying to get it from your vantage point.
Nothing. It was all me.
Okay,
That's that. Thank you.
That's the right answer anyway.
Yeah.
No, you've grown, bro. Because I was gonna say it's nothing. I would say there's nothing she can do.
Yeah, he got to say that.
Oh no, I was gonna say that. I said that's why I said he's grown, because I was like, there's nothing he can go. At the end of the day, if you're in a relationship and you're waiting for the person, and I've said this with my daughters, I've said this with when it comes to the interpersonal relationships between in-laws and my family. I'm like, the only thing you can control is yourself. If you waiting for the other person to change, you're gonna die. You're gonna die if you hold your breath. You've got to change. So it's got to be something. It's got to be how you react to that person, because we don't realize we all got bad habits. We don't even realize, like, there's sometimes Kate and I are talking. I'm like, she's like, oh, you're angry. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, how'd she know? I'm like, how'd she know? I'm talking with a good voice. She's like, I can tell you're angry. I'm like, but damn, can I just have my feelings inside? So I realized that, damn, it's only what we can do. You control that. That's it.
We all have tails.
No, we all do. Yeah, we have telltales. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it would have been him having to change, not his wife having to change.
Yeah, that's that rocket thing.
It is me.
So give us the advice you'd have for anyone thinking of doing what you've done, and good or bad. I'll leave it to you. You can say whatever, whether you want to give them pointers or you want to tell them, hey, don't check into the game.
Don't buzz yourself in.
Good.
It ain't all cracked up for what it is, man.
Love that.
I mean, if you got something great, don't mess it up for lust, like you said.
I love that.
Okay.
Because that's basically what it is for me, it was lusting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What about you, Letty? You got anything you want to say for the people, for the men? You want to encourage them to do anything, or the women to build that roster?
Just be honest
That's true.
to these people that you're approaching.
Right.
Like that's all I ask for.
Right.
You know, that's all you can do is just be honest.
Right.
And good luck to you, Dr. J. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Hey man, I'm praying for you, bro. Listen, I'm not even lying. I'm praying for you. I think you're a great man as well. But we all have our faults. I mean, look at Michael Jordan. I mean, since we're comparing ballers, he did his dirt, and he was a great father and stuff. But he did his dirt. That didn't come out to years after what he was doing to his wife.
Well, it's because they didn't have Facebook.
Well, that's because they loved him.
Instagram.
That's because they loved this man.
If the Instagram and Facebook had been out and all that Twitter had been out, he would have been burned.
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh yeah,
his game was too great for that. They love this man.
He did his dirt about the same time Kobe did his, right?
But Kobe did similar.
Kobe Jordan was doing his way before Kobe. Kobe was
But what Kobe did was he got the one of the wrong ones though. But anyway, we getting sidetracked.
We're not getting sidetracked. We're talking about ballers. We are talking to a future Hall of Famer here. Hello?
We getting sidetracked.
But, I'm here.
But he said, yeah, I'm here. No, but we appreciate you, man. Thank you. Again, I appreciate you being vulnerable and giving us your time. Letitia, I appreciate you as well. I don't know if you got practice tonight, buddy, but I'm hopefully you checked out of that too and you're retiring that jersey.
Yeah. Oh, you talking to her, right?
I'm talking to you. Hopefully, there's no practice tonight. Hopefully, like what Ricardo said. Hopefully, the job done. It done.
No practice.
No practice
tonight, man.
Good.
I want to thank y'all for having me on here, man. It's a good show.
Yeah, thank you for being on here, being able to tell your story, what you've learned about yourself, and what we should not be doing, and what you should not be doing.
All right.
But hey, it's been fun though. Seriously, we thank you though. Seriously, for being on here and doing what you do.
Doing for what you. No, we don't think you're doing what you do. We thank you for what you're about to do. Not doing what you.
Oh yeah, he turn over a new leaf. Is that what he's about to do?
Yeah. Like I said, retirement.
Yeah, he's retired. That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
retirement.
Bro,
Exactly.
when you retire, we're gonna have another show with you. Being inducting you in the Hall of Fame. I promise.
No, you don't need to come back.
Anytime. Please do. Please do.
Okay.
You know
what? We might have to have a recap.
I said I want to because you think about him done with it, and I want to see after he's gone for so long, has life changed? Do you see? Is it better? Because I think it will be.
Okay, we
think-
have to have that.
I think his anxiety will go down. I think his blood pressure will go down. I think your health will be better overall.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then we got to check in with Letty too to make sure her stable's gone too.
Yes, and her roster.
Her roster.
Yeah, we gotta get that roster down. We got.
I got a game tonight. Don't do me like
She
that.
said I got game tonight. She got
okay.
game.
You got a game tonight. Okay.
Well, don't let us hold you up. Don't let us hold you up.
Yes, but hey, everybody, thank you guys for coming on. We appreciate y'all. Seriously, though.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, thank you.
What I liked about that, when you came to me and told me you had this friend that wanted to come on the show and talk about his infidelity and the things he had done in the past, I didn't know if he was just coming on the show for clout and whether it was going to be. Well,
you never know until you know. So you never know what people are going to do when they get on the show. It's like before the lights are on, you're one way, but when the lights are on, you have an opportunity to speak. Then you never know what's going to be said.
Yeah, I mean, because when you told me about him initially, and then you had the conversation, we spoke, and I thought, okay, I can see where the show, I can see where his mind was at. I thought he was like going to be like, yeah, I'm hitting these things, I'm hitting, and I'm like, I didn't want that on the show, especially for what we try to promote. Help men see things in a positive light, even though we do a lot of things with comedy. And we didn't have Pooja. We try to have Pooja lined up for this. So I was like, how are we going to, try to bring this dude to the light? But the fact that he was, Dr. J was very, open.
Open.
And
transparent.
Yeah.
I think as he talked.
Yeah.
I think he was able to, when you hear yourself out loud in front of other people.
Right.
And you got people kind of like, people who are not doing what you're doing.
Right.
And listening to you and they're asking those specific questions.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if you're a person that has morals or is, a person who has any kind of sense, you're going to be like, wait a minute, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's about integrity too. So at the moment, Dr. J may be in the moment, he might have been like, I'm not going to do it anymore,
Yeah, right.
But what's going to happen when he sees his Megan Good that comes and talks to him, or someone else at his job that he sees that he works 14 hours a day with, that looks amazing, and is like asking him, what's up? You want to get it in or what? Is he going to have the strength to like push that away?
I think he might. And here's why. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because what I heard from him, even from the first conversation till now, I saw the movement and momentum in the positive direction. And what I mean by that is because he was like, when I got the questions and I was thinking about talking to you guys and whatever, I think he had a epiphany. I think he had a come to Jesus moment when he was like, damn, I don't even know if we helped shape that with him wanting to be on the show, from it being a month ago or whatever that he wanted to do the show. And then we saying, okay, we're going to have you on the show, and are you open to someone talking to you about whatever? And then him thinking about that, then to him speaking to us, and then him asking these questions, that deep conversation that we had that day. And he was like, damn, let me think. I don't know why. Let me think. And I think we had something to do with him having this. I mean, of course, it had to be in the back of his mind. But I think, do I really want this? Damn, I got this. And him self-reflect and think, damn, I've been messing with all these halfway houses, you know what I mean, that don't have their stuff built, don't have their stuff together. Meanwhile, I built something with someone. We have something great. We have a family. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't trade my this known, flaws, headache for what the unknowns.
Yeah, but as a viewer, as a viewer though, some viewers might look at it like this: we did a disservice because we're promoting someone like that. We're not really helping because we're not qualified. Number one. Then number two, they might say, what's the point? Because his wife doesn't know what happened, so she's not even like. We know what's going on. Right. He knows what's going on, but here's his wife who's been doing all the right things, holding him down, the breadwinner, and she has no idea that her man has been doing all this stuff.
That's very true. And here's the thing: we only know one side of the story, and like we said, we don't even know what the whole reason is. And what I got from it, too bad Pooja wasn't on, is I saw a habitual generational curse cycle. They both were living out what their parents have did. She's from old school traditional. You stick with your man no matter what. And he was, hey, my mom, my dad did it, and so did my mom. And I think on a subconscious level, he doesn't realize that that's always been in his mind. So when it came, it was like, oh yeah, this is what was, this was what was done in my household. So it's accepted. I think that's why he's done it for so long. And I think his wife is like, yeah, turn the other cheek, just ignore it and whatever. And I think it's because both of them, it's funny because they both married their partners. They both married their parents.
Right.
It's crazy that they both ended up like that, and that came out. So it's like, that's why there's a lot of, and I would say trauma. There's a lot of trauma there that they both should go to counseling and talk about.
They should, but when that happens,
you
got to be honest about what you're going to counseling for.
Yeah.
And some of that might come up, and it might not be good. Yeah, I just want to say this before I go.
Sure.
Life isn't about that day. It's about the next day. It is about that day, but every day is a new day. Every day is a new day for growth. So if you're not having a great day that day, it's okay. It's always tomorrow. I know you hear the saying, tomorrow's not guaranteed, but you don't know until the next day anyway. So just do the best you can with what you have.
I like that. Do it the best you can with what you have.